In the name of Allah. Hi my friends. In this clip, we travel to Ecuador. Historical and scenic attractions of Ecuador. Quito, the capital of Ecuador. Are you ready to see a city with colonial architecture? Quito, the capital of Ecuador, is the place where the colonial style of architecture can be seen in every corner. Of course, because of this particular architectural style, Quito is known as the largest historical center in the heart of South America. With its old churches, attractive public squares, and world-class museums, Quito is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Among the sites of this area, we can mention the Church of St. Francis, the Cathedral of Jesus Christ and the beautiful Grand Plaza. San Francisco Church. The most famous example of Ecuadorian landmarks in Quito is the Church of St. Francis. The construction of this church dates back to the first half of the 1500s. At the first glance of the church, two white towers can be seen that cover the main circle of St. Francis Church and protected. When you enter the church, the style of Baroque decorations attracts attention. A little further, you will see a museum where religious paintings, various sculptures, carved wood, porcelain, various fabrics and handmade furniture are kept. La Compañía de Jesus. The Cathedral of Jesus Christ or La Iglesia de la Compañía de Jesus is located in the heart of Kyoto and is the second most famous church in the city. This church was built in the early 1600s and is known as a unique example of Baroque architecture in the world today. When you enter this church, the golden light catches your eye. This electricity is emitted from the precious gold leaves of the central nave of the church. With that said, if you're interested in seeing a special and valuable old church, be sure to put the Cathedral of Christ on your list of places to visit in Ecuador. Cuenca. City patrol is one of the best options to get to know Ecuador. Cuenca is one of the places to see in Ecuador, where city life flows with all its ups and downs and hardships and eases. This city hosts one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites and 400-year-old architectural treasures. Treasures in which traces of Spanish and Indian architecture can be seen. Most of these treasures can be found in the center of Cuenca. One of the most prominent monuments in this area is Cuenca Cathedral. Other attractions in the center of Quito include the Museum of Religious Arts and the clock tower built in 1751. Cotopaxi. Want to go on a nature hike? How about a snow-capped volcanic mountain? Cotopaxi is the second highest mountain in Ecuador with a height of 5,897 meters. This volcanic mountain has had more than 50 eruptions since 1738. But these days its activities are limited to the vapors that come out of Cotopaxi Peak. What makes this volcanic mountain one of the places to see in Ecuador is the snow piled up at the top of the peak. Due to the large amount of snow accumulated in the Cotopaxi Peak, one of the most attractive tropical glaciers has been formed at a height of 5,000 meters above the ground. Galapagos Islands. The Galapagos Archipelago is one of the most famous places in Ecuador, which was discovered in the 16th century. Since then, tourists have not stopped visiting this area of Ecuador for a moment, and the number of lovers of the Galapagos Archipelago is increasing every day. It is interesting to know that these archipelagos are the remnants of a huge volcanic activity in the world, and their formation has not stopped and continues. Currently, this area includes 13 large islands, 6 small islands and 42 islands that make up the Galapagos. On a Galapagos tour, you can see Galapagos penguins, giant tortoises, and rare birds. Remember that not all parts of the Galapagos are safe for tourists, so be sure to get the help of a local guide to go to this archipelago. Banas Spa Springs. The small town of Banas de Agua Santa is one of the places to visit in Ecuador that has many fans. This city is located on the west bank of the Amazon River, and its nature is not less than the evergreen forests of the Amazon. Of course, the tourists who travel to the city, their first goal is the Banas Spa Springs. Finally, watching the roaring waterfalls of the city, walking in the heart of the pristine nature, and boating and water sports that bring them the joy of adventure. In addition to all these wonders, there is one more thing that can be seen in this small town that has fascinated the thrill lovers. The wooden bridges made of rope that brings nature under your feet is what will make your adrenaline rush to the limit. The feeling of being suspended between the earth and the sky, that too on the wooden bridge on one side, and watching the nature that enchants you on the other side, does not allow you to easily cross these wooden bridges. Salinas, Bahia, and Montanita beaches. If you are in the mood for sunbathing and there is nothing better than walking on the soft beach sand, be sure to visit the amazing beaches of Ecuador. The coastal city of Salinas, located west of Guayaquil, is warm and sunny all year round. Therefore, in any month of the year you have traveled to Ecuador, you can experience water sports and swimming in this coastal city. The coastal city of Bahia de Caracas is another tourist attraction in Ecuador. This coastal city is built on a peninsula and extends into the ocean. The numerous beaches of this coastal city and its hotels and restaurants are what attracts tourists, especially young people. This attraction is so great that some tourists dedicate certain days of their trip to Ecuador to stay in this peninsula and have fun by the bright and clear ocean waters. Montanita is located in the southern coastal region of Ecuador. This beach area is an ideal option for family fun. Of course, those who are looking for silence and peace also go to Montanita. Once you reach this area, you can head a little further south to find cozy and quiet beaches, or visit the fishing village of Ayangui for a relaxing and carefree day. Iguana Park. Iguana Park is one of the places of interest in Ecuador that nature lovers must visit. The official name of this small park is Parque Seminario. At first glance, Iguana Park is an urban park like any other. But when you lift your head and look at the trees in the park, suspicious movements catch your attention. As you go further, you will understand what these movements are for. because he sees iguanas perched on the trees in the park or sitting on the park benches. Of course, this park is not only the realm of iguanas. You can also see fish and turtles in the waterways of the park. Squirrels can also be seen in the corners of the park. All these animals together have turned Iguana Park into a natural and attractive attraction for tourists. Mindo Village. If you are adventurous by nature and are looking for a place that suits your mood among the places to visit in Ecuador, Mindo Village is one of the best choices in front of you. Mindo Village has a pristine and relaxing nature and can make a special day for you in your trip to Ecuador. Tourists are also open to experience all kinds of adventures in this village. Horse riding, boating, and mountain climbing are among the things you can do in Mindo Village. Do you think that the sights of this village can be summed up in just a few things? Of course not. In the village of Mindo, you can see the chocolate making process at El Quetzal del Mindo and watch the fascinating birds that maneuver in nature. There are also several rivers in the village, the banks of which are suitable places for family fun and spending an interesting day. El Cajas National Park. When it comes to places to visit in Ecuador, you should also write the name of El Cajas National Park on your list. This natural park is located outside of Cuenca. When you enter El Cajas National Park, what you see before your eyes is unbelievable. A series of wetlands and hills covered with natural plants presents an amazing sight to the visitors of this park. For this reason, those who are looking for peace and separation from the hustle and bustle of the city, mention visiting El Cajas National Park as the best part of their trip to Ecuador. Guayaquil. Ecuador's largest city by population is the Pacific port of Guayaquil, known as the gateway to the Galapagos Islands. In addition to its many historical sites, Guayaquil has shopping and entertainment in its many beautiful plazas and along the coastline. For those who enjoy walking, Malcan 2000, a 2.5-kilometer trail along the Goyas River, is a highlight. Other tourist attractions in Ecuador are the Metropolitan Cathedral of Guayaquil and the Museum of Anthropology and Contemporary Arts, with a fascinating collection of the country's rich history and culture. For a memorable trip, rent a boat on this river after sunset when the lights come on and see the city of Guayaquil transformed into a beautiful and illuminated work. Neras del Diablo. Visiting Neras del Diablo, one of Ecuador's tourist attractions, should be on everyone's must-see list. Whether you're interested in traveling by train or not, you should know that traveling to this part of the Andes near the town of Alazi is on one of the country's most beautifully restored railways, part of the nationwide rail network. The country is Ecuador. It can be one of the most spectacular experiences of your trip. The 12-kilometer return trip to Neras del Diablo is undoubtedly one of the most popular trips centered on a train that climbs through a series of switches and zigzags to the top of the mountain. You will have the opportunity to experience the rich culture of the Andes, including a visit to the Ponanaconder Museum with exhibits and displays about the indigenous people of the region. Tina. Another tourist attraction in Ecuador, to experience a part of the vast Amazon basin, is the city of Tina, the capital of Napo province. Known as the Cinnamon City of Ecuador, Tina was founded by Christians not long after the Spanish arrived in South America and became popular among travelers due to its many opportunities for adventure. One of the most important activities for you in this place is Amazon jungle trips, along with rafting trips in exciting river spots, canoeing and kayaking, also along the city of Tina, Misawali, and the Napo, Sac rivers, which flow directly into the Amazon forest. For those who want to enjoy the quiet stretch of the river, there is a pedestrian bridge and a wonderful tall tower above the Tina River that offers a wonderful view of the city.